Oh, Fred Schechter, man, I think when you leave the house every day, you must have 1 million dogs following you down the street. Just want this new dog feeder toy you got.
Yes, the trick is not to keep the kibble in your pants when you're walking around.
But it's wonderful. I mean, a creative idea. So when you have one there, put it up there.
Yes, indeed. Let me put the lid right on here. It's that quick. This is the
God.
original prototype.
You put the food in there, 6 different compartments, and yeah, that's it, 6 pints. And then there's a timer every 15, 30, or 90 minutes. It goes to a new compartment, and the dog plays with it, and the food falls out. Huh?
That's exactly right. It's up on Kickstarter right now.
Right.
So yeah, the timer and all the hardware. You can hear that bell.
Yeah.
Just takes 2 batteries.
Wow.
There's the bell.
So the bell tells the dog it's going to do it again, right?
Exactly. And that is all the electronics in the unit.
And the rest is washable?
Top part.
Yeah.
Wow. All washable.
Now, so in other words, I could leave the house all day and my 2 dogs would be fed.
Yeah, that is exactly right. That's what we aim for. We want you to be able to have a dog who's happy, healthy, not overfed, properly fed, and has something to do.
But I mean, that's the important thing. They're doing something instead of just sitting on their butt and eating stuff in their yap, huh?
Exactly. They actually, what we typically see is a dog will both swat at it with their paws, and then they'll hit it with their head or their nose. And it's actually pretty cool, and they can really move it around pretty fast.
Well, I've seen these timers for, you fill up the puppy chow thing, and it it goes on a timer and puts it in a bowl, right?
Exactly. So they're not doing anything different beyond the time delay.
Yeah.
So what we have, it'll hold up to 2 cups.
I see.
But for an example, I'll show you a few marbles here.
Nothing up your sleeve.
Nothing up my sleeve. So we'll just drop them in. Easy enough to wiggle around, roll around. And when they do that, let's see if I put it in the right chamber that's open. Of course not. Put it in that chamber.
So you have to have a smart pet owner, not a smart pet.
It's got to be timed right. They pop right out, though.
I see.
And,
that's amazing. Yeah. So I mean, but actually, this is your idea. You and your buddies. This is your first idea. That's the prototype. You're getting ready to go to market, but people can get on like the pre-market deal, right?
Exactly.
Right now on Kickstarter.
With Kickstarter, as you're well aware, it's crowdfunding. So basically, you're pre-purchasing a product that's going to come out. The final product will be 10 millimeters smaller than this in diameter. And that's our first model with the bell. We have a stretch goal, what they call on Kickstarter, where if we raise $80,000, we will have a new model that will work with a Android or iOS phone. But that's only if we raise 80,000.
Yeah, but I mean, you were going for 40, and now you already have 53. Right?
We already blew through 40. Yeah, it was really exciting. We had a lot of great response from our fans, and that's been really great. My teammates, we all used to design together at Sharper Image, so we're a little familiar with design.
Yes, yes.
So this is what we've done. We have a lot of.
You've been with the big guys, Sharper Image and stuff like that, and so you've seen products come and go. What made you decide to use a funding source like Kickstarter instead of just going to Fat Cat or somebody or Veggie? You know all these people.
Well, part of the focus for us has been how do we get something that's ours and do it without a bunch of capital that just that we get from somebody. And this was the easiest route to go. We have a wonderful partner in the factory that we're using. So they've actually made things a little easier for us. But even still, if we hadn't done that, we've already raised enough money to have done this all on our own. And that's the real key with Kickstarter. We budget in terms of the target goal as well as the pricing to make sure that when people come and pre-buy a Foobler, that they can actually get us to the point where we can do this on our own.
I see.
So
by selling you'll probably sell a couple thousand of these just on the internet now. So that's money to go into production.
Almost to 1,000 already. We may be over with some of the double purchases because you can buy 2 at a time. our backer count is somewhere north of 900
Wow.
right now. So 1,000 isn't a crazy idea, and hopefully far many more thousands very soon.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's 1,000 people, for sure want the hell out of this thing.
Exactly. And
Not just your mother-in-law.
yeah, the most exciting, though she does want it. The most exciting part is so a lot of them have been behaviorists, veterinarians, and shelters who want it for their dogs.
I see.
We designed a product for Dr. Sophia Yin. She's a veterinary specialist and a behaviorist in Davis, California. We had actually designed a product for her years ago.
This is the
and
dog
then
whisperer person?
I'm sorry?
That's the dog whisperer lady?
She's not the dog whisperer, but she's very well known, Sophia Yin. And we brought it to show her, and she let her dogs play with it, and they loved it. She really loved the approach we took. We used a lot of the information she'd given us years ago and said, okay, now how would we feed a dog right? And she's really supported us and put a great post in that and pushed us out.
It's not a gimmicky product, as it appears maybe to some people, but it's a serious, dog product. I mean, for scientists study the behavior of animals, or really appreciate what you've done.
They really do, because what we're really pushing is that dogs can forage for their food. They can go and get their food. They can interact. You put it in a different room every time if you want. They've got something to go do. Even if you leave it in just one room, it's nice that they know they have something they get to interact with to get their food, and it's a little more rewarding for the dog as well.
Oh, on the crowdfunding thing, what advice would you give somebody who wanted to start? They have their idea now. I mean, there are a bunch of younger people like you. They say, "Hey, I just left my job. We got these great ideas." What were you to tell them to do next?
Well, first, go make some prototypes. Break a bunch of stuff. Like if you haven't done 10 prototypes, keep going.
You're not there. Yeah.
Once you have something that you can show somebody, they understand how it works, that you don't know, or a friend that heard you were doing something and they go, oh, is this how it works? They take it apart and they don't destroy it instantaneously, then you're on the right track. And then more than anything, when you do a crowdfunding campaign, budget. And you need to put all those things that you need for your crowdfunding campaign in your target goal. Everything from
budget.
shipping.
You mean like budget? What do you mean?
So
money?
Budget for tooling, budget for packaging, budget
how
for
much
shipping.
this is going to cost, you mean? How much you have to raise?
So when you're giving a price point, when you're giving a target goal for your crowdfunding campaign, you can do those things the right way and really perform at a close to professional, if not professional level.
So understand what it's going to cost you is what you mean.
Exactly. We went round and round. I did 3 different versions of our movie that was on Kickstarter before we finally went and got a pro guy to do it. And I'll tell you, and we paid a very reasonable sum to somebody who did an amazing job. And we are so thankful. And that was literally, it was the icing on the cake to make. I'd done some good videos, and just bringing in the extra pro on that, a world difference. If you can't do that, just keep editing your movie. You'll get there. There are cheap ways to get around it, and there are expensive ways to get around it. The money will buy you time and a little bit of professionalism, but you can do it the hard way if you read all the articles that are out there. It's a lot of work. Don't kid yourself. And then the other thing is build your social media campaign. Start a year before. Have a site, have a Facebook page, have a Twitter feed, get a following, get your clout score north of 50, hopefully north of 60, and go for it. And that's something that's going to really help you when you get to market and you push it out to all your fans and they go, oh my gosh, it's finally here.
That pent-up demand, you create that.
It really is. It really is.
So now to get the Foobler, we could get it through your website, and that will direct us to Kickstarter, right?
Yes, so our website, thefoobler.com, will take you directly to Kickstarter. Also, you can just go to Kickstarter and type in Foobler. That's Foob as in boy, Ler. and you'll go right in there. So, right there.
Foodler right there, Ed. But this will be up for a while, so people can always find you at thefoodler.com, right?
Thefoodler.com, yes. For now, we have 10 more days left of the campaign. When this airs, it may be 9 or 8. But please share it, obviously. That helps us as much as buying. The sharing is really important.
Yes. Help the dogs in America, right? Or all over the world.
Really. Obese dogs, this is great because you can really control how much they eat.
Right, exactly. Dogs are getting fat. They have the same problem as people now, I think.
And as well for diabetic dogs, too, because you got to remember, you need to feed them little bits a lot. Yeah. And now you can do that without sitting there and worrying that they're being fed regularly, and they're getting enough exercise to go get their food as well. Not enough,
well, everybody should go to thefoodler.com, right?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure. Take care.